Well, welcome everyone to this episode of Insert Title Here, and all of a sudden my voice just goes really weird because you want to know what's just the way it is. It's Saturday night, and we're here, and what we haven't done in a very long time has been a good old free-for-all. We've actually been doing more rankings more often, and bracket fights and other discussions that we haven't done a free-for-all. So I figured, what the heck? Let's do free-for-all. And with that said, we will go and start with my co-host, Darnell Quiggley. How are you doing, Darnell?
I'm good. How about you, bud?
Hey, you want to know what? I'm really tired of people complaining about the weather and how cold they are. I mean,
I know. It's so.
I'm near the Canadian border, and we had a nice, beautiful high of 45 today.
Nice. We were at a 45 as well.
Yeah.
With the cutting wind, that you look into it, you're like, you can't breathe.
I don't think it ever got above 20 here.
I enjoyed it.
Oh.
It was 83 today.
No, you can shush. Yeah, it didn't get above 17 today.
Yeah, it was 83.
So I have that to look forward to in a couple of days. Awesome.
And beautiful sunshine.
Look,
is it possible, Arza, is it possible you're going to get temperatures even lower coming? Because I've seen the weather reports with this Arctic blast.
Hey, it's supposed to be on
all the way
degrees tonight.
I'm starting to call it an Arctic bomb.
Yeah. All the way down to possible snow flurries in Orlando.
Which is
we did have snow earlier today, but it was just flurries and it's all ended by now.
You're in Kentucky, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but no, the nice thing is all the back roads are completely covered in patted down snow, because what happened when we first got all the snow was snow and then freezing rain, and then more snow and then freezing rain, and then more snow. So it was going to be like, I don't know, 10 inches of snow maybe? It was going to be a lot of snow, and then it all turned into very, very compact ice.
Yeah, that's
oh, that's fun.
They can't clear the roads they can't clear the back roads.
Yes. Yes, that is the nature of winter that some areas just don't get and do not know how to handle.
Well, my cousin is from upstate New York, and he now lives in Texas. And he and I were talking about how you could just have space where you have salt. They've got big barns full of salt. And if it doesn't snow, if you don't have an ice storm, just keep it closed. Sell some off if you need to. But you keep a bunch of salt just in case, because I'm sorry, in the 20 years since I moved to Texas, lived there for a while, moved home, moved back and forth so many times, there's now been 3 major ice storms that cut off power, that shut down roads, that shut down schools, hospitals, whatever, in Texas, in central Texas. And it's like, it's not an every year thing, no, but it's happening enough that maybe you should fucking invest in some Get some salt. It's not that complicated.
So, also joining us this evening, it's ArzaChats. Arza, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing it fine. I need to switch back to my ArzaCon thing because I'm not doing a whole lot of chatting right now. Just got a new Game Boy. It's playing Pokemon Red. That's basically all I've been up to. Playing old games that are older than I am.
So it's no longer ArzaChats, it's now Arza Games.
Yeah.
But no, my gaming channel is Arza Plays. That rolls off better.
Sure.
I like Arza Games, but that's just me because I said it.
On video games.
Yeah, but it's hard to do gaming content and be racist at the same time. So,
actually, it's very easy.
That's not
barely
true.
An inconvenience.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard of Call of Duty lobbies, that's very possible.
I see
that. Great point.
You just were not of an age to be in those lobbies. Oh, yeah. So you didn't fully experience it.
Yeah, we got banned from those lobbies. You say anything mean now, you just get banned.
Yeah, because there was too many 10-year-olds getting told to go their mothers.
Mom! You know, it got really bad. It got really bad when the kid turns to fuss, Mom, and you see the guy they're playing with, headset on, controlling the hallway, like, yeah, you might fucking your mom after this.
Also joining us this evening is Tiny but Fierce. How you doing, Tiny?
I'm doing all right. Had a bit of a day, but I got through it. Got to have some fun with anime. Got to work on my self-discipline. And I'm here, which is always one of my favorite times of the week. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're on a fun free-for-all, so there's really no topics or anything. So anyone wants to throw out, it's open season tonight. You want to know if my YouTube gets banned? It gets banned. At this point, I'm more inclined. Well, I'm more inclined to with the Rumble side of things. I'm more inclined with Kick. You want to know what? At this point, I think YouTube is a lost cause when it comes to for creators and trying to build up.
So it's funny you say that. Do you know the two big rollouts coming out from Rumble in the next few weeks? Shorts next week on the 4th. And there's no exact date for it, but it's coming very soon. Rumble will have its own StreamYard setup. Like, you won't need StreamYard. You can do all of this in Rumble Studio.
Nice.
For no cost other than Rumble Premium, which is what you're doing already.
Yeah.
Well, to get in the creator program, which does pay very well at the end of the month,
how many do you have to get in the creator program?
You have 100 followers. Then once you get in, you have 5 metrics you got to hit. You got to do 30 hours from Rumble Studio, 5 hours of premium, a 5-hour premium show, which a lot of people will just like set up to where it plays music all night. 20 unique chatters, 20 different people chatting in your chat throughout the month, and 200 hours of people watching you throughout the month.
Those aren't unreasonable.
Mm-mm. Now the shorts are going to have their own creator program and their own metrics to hit, but that's a separate pool of money for the shorts. So they're really
it'll be less because it's shorts.
It's supposed to be equal amount of pay on that side, but it's going to be the metrics you have to hit are going to be higher.
It'll be nice when I go back, because I was always doing shorts. Every single video I made had a short go with it. That was one of the few good ideas I had.
I've been utilizing the shorts feature from StreamYard, which makes it a lot easier because then I can just make my minor adjustments and just throw them out there.
So I saw that last night after Lights Camera Citation, which is my Friday show at 9:30 p.m. Central. I could grab the video because I just jumped to StreamYard this week, to page StreamYard this week. You can click and it chops the video for you.
Yep.
And you click AI and the AI will generate the videos for you. Save them, and Rumble actually is accepting your submissions for your shorts. When it goes live, it'll start posting them.
Mm-hmm. That's very smart.
Yes.
So we already have plenty of content ready to go.
Yes, and it helps that the CEO is going into random chats and dropping $500 to thousands of dollars in the chat. In fact, Sean, the Railify, was it Thursday night? We were streaming. We were doing a show, and suddenly, out of nowhere, boom, $500 hits from the CEO of Rumble.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, CEO of Rumble, if you're out there, feel free to do that here. I'm just a humble little Rumble creator, and I have, and so
if you're just chatting, you have a good chance.
Yeah, which I have put and responded to him on X as being just a humble Rumble creator.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. I think he's getting bombarded with
requests,
with mentions as well. No, when you go to start your show, you have two categories. You have the main and the subcategory. I think just chatting is he's going to just chatting.
Got it.
Just chatting channel. He's like grabbing shows and just randomly, like they had a guy, I can't remember his name, something Wolf from Kick, who the guy who shows his Kick tattoo off left and right. He moved to Rumble after it started happening. He signed up and did his first Rumble stream. In his first Rumble stream, he got $1,300 from the guy, which kind of pissed off a lot of long-time Rumblers because, like, hey, we've been here for years, and this guy comes first night. He's a big name, and you do this. But after that, he started, like, branching out to more and more people. Like, instead of doing it just in the middle of the day, he's doing it in the evenings, at night. Yes. Which is what a lot of Rumblers have been saying. Hey, get someone to watch, keep track of the who's live at night and drop some money there.
I'll be honest, I didn't want to deal with editing or worry about anything. So I never, like, even if I ever get a channel up, finally, it's going to be, I was planning for it to all be streaming. Like, I wouldn't have to make videos or deal with any editing software. But everything's changing so fastly. I'm starting to feel like I actually could make videos without, like, it straining much. So maybe I will actually start doing something. I keep getting ideas and I don't do anything with them. But
yeah, and the way Rumble is, you could record them, like, when you're feeling better at night after, you get your bath or whatever you need to do. You can film them and what's great is, like, I do this with the Sham Records channel. I'll upload 10 or 15 videos, music videos, and schedule them for release.
Oh.
And it's just like, boom, really, like, okay, I want to put these 2 videos at noon tomorrow. I'll set them, as I upload them, I'll set the release time and date, and boom.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's super easy on Rumble. Super easy.
Well, I don't know why it's not updating all of a sudden, but over in Rumble, not Rumble, over in YouTube, Real Wade Nation Gaming Recap has said, hey, Drunken. Yep. Let's see. Got to say that Tiny is the best female ever. Oh, there we go. Finally it hit. That took a little while. I saw it hit over there.
Like 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
It's ridiculous.
I'm so sorry I can't be on your show in the mornings. I wish I could. I just can't do that. Ask any of them. None of them hear from me before 10 a.m.
Nope.
We're going to hear from most people before that because I'm over here in Eastern.
What are you talking about?
Well,
I am up.
My time.
I'm up during the week anywhere between 4 and 5 in the morning.
And you don't talk to me?
Because you're responsible. You have a job.
I have a job. I usually sleep in.
What's that?
I'm disabled. I am allowed to sleep in.
Wait, that psychology degree, you're not doing anything with it yet? What the hell, man?
I have a job.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I've got a pretty good job. I mean, it pays. It doesn't pay much because I basically work for the government.
Oh, got you.
I basically get to control my hours. I had to meet 27 people a week, and I get to a month, and I get to decide when I meet them. So
what you're telling me is a standard government job that we're paying your salary, and you're just still going to do whatever you want. Got it.
No, you're not paying my salary. You're paying the company which employs me.
So middleman. Okay, so your company's just the middleman of you getting my tax dollars. Got it.
And every single, well, you see, the reason is every person who I help is also getting your tax dollars because they're all disabled.
Oh,
well, you want to know what? Here's the difference though. If a person's truly disabled and needs that assistance, I don't have a problem with it. Why do we need a middleman? Can we just give them right to them instead of having to?
No. So
wait, that would end your job. Never mind, end your employment. Never mind.
No, because I'm with you on a lot of this, but my job is to make sure these people who cannot advocate for themselves are not being abused and are getting the services which they were told they are getting. It is my job to make sure fraud, waste, and abuse doesn't happen.
it is really important. What are you doing?
I'm suddenly kind of feeling like there might be fraud now all of a sudden.
Look, I will say, I only have...
Is Tiny helping with money laundering?
Dude, if I was part of any of those scams, my shit would not be breaking so much.
True. So Arza, you're telling us you're being paid to meet people. The government's paying you to meet people. So you're working at a fucking dating app.
Except most of the people I talk to are either, well, you have to be like sub 70 IQ.
Oh, sub.
So
okay.
they're actually in my
BDSM as well. Got it.
They're in my area actually, and then most of them I'm actually meeting with the parents of them. So lots of old people, like Darnell's age.
Oh, okay. Hey, a lot of women my age have teach a thing.
I mean, most of them are divorced.
That is so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, hey, Iron Oxide has rated the stream from over on Rumble, but that's because I made their chat come over to us. So
chat thief.
So there's fraud here too then.
Hey, no, that is you want to know what? That's a perk that I get as being a producer for both Theo Snodgrass and Iron Oxide.
Yes, Texas A&M is better than California. 100%.
I am not opposed to admitting that I will send over someone else's show to mine.
So we have fraud
and
here.
Just also on top of that, I have no problem with also going into the Rumble hashtags and switching it to just chatting.
As Darnell's aptly pointing out, this is fraud called a kickback.
Yes, that's what us old people know. Old people know about this.
I don't know what I honestly don't know what you are talking about.
We invented this phrase. Gen X invented this.
How you doing, Mr. Scott? Awesome. Welcome. No, I still, again, I'm not doing anything untoward. We're all part of a little organization and group that we chat. I mean, that we on Saturdays we do shows back to back to back to back. I mean, it's just the way it is.
I got 4 kids, man. I want to watch half the stuff I want to watch. I can't even watch TV like I want to watch. It's my excuse.
Wait. Before he had tech problems and then I got sicker, we were watching G.I. Joe. You can still watch G.I. Joe. Your kids could watch G.I. Joe.
No, I've tried. They hate the stuff I grew up on because it's not.
You get a rope, right? You tie them to the chair, and then you Clockwork Orange their eyes to watching G.I. Joe. Your problem is you give them a choice.
0 to insane real quick.
No. The problem is,
I'm concerned because you work with the disabled, and yet you come up with things like this. I'm concerned.
Wait,
I gotta say,
Arza, do you Zoom meet them or do you face-to-face meet them?
We are actually only allowed to Zoom meet them like once every month, if there is extreme weather or illness at the end of the month.
Oh, so you have to meet face-to-face.
Yeah, it is almost impossible to get away with Zoom.
Oh, shit. Okay, where do you work, Arza?
I am not telling you the name of my company. That is a horrific idea. I am not doing that with the things I will be saying.
No, I gotta talk to their boss to find out what you do with these people. How quickly you came up with that.
Are they possibly Somali? Just
I have not met a single Somalian.
Are they leering? That's the big question. Are they leering?
The only people who are leering, the parents also should probably be on Medicaid. So like, it's not just the client who should be there. Like the parents are equally disabled.
Gotcha.
I am grateful and I am lucky. My mother is amazing and she got me through everything. I would not have gotten through my disability without her.
Oh yeah, a lot of the parents, like there's 2 kinds of parents. There are those who are more intellectually disabled than the client, and then the parents who are just phenomenal.
Yeah, my mom actually, she set it up in such a way that, because what we finally figured out, thanks, Kat. What we finally figured out was, you stop that right now.
I'm glad
lay down the law. Tiny, lay down the law.
Shit. doctors don't know what lawyers need, and lawyers don't understand what doctors know. So my mom actually wrote it up with this disability lawyer so that the doctor could just read what was written and change anything she wanted to change, but it was all in the correct legalese. Mm-hmm. So like it went in so fast that my lawyer literally talked to the department and said, if you're hiring people, you need to hire this woman.
So also in the chat, integration, for some reason, StreamYard's acting a little strange this evening. Yeah. It's not grabbing all of the chats, but also Toasty, how are you doing? She's over in the chat. Mr. Beak is in the chat. And also Real Wade Nation Gaming Recap has said he is 182,236 away from 2 million views.
Nice, dude.
You'll get there one day, bud.
That's awesome.
I'm going to be happy. I'm about to cross 20,000 views on YouTube.
You know, one thing that with views, I like to go through and check my YouTube studios occasionally and see how many views I've had in the last month, because I've not uploaded anything in 117 days. It was my last live stream, and I still have 402 views in the last 30 days.
Nice.
I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I got 4,700 views on Rumble in 30 days.
On Sham Records?
Yeah, no, the whole.
So, as we were saying, welcome everyone.
That was my last jab. I promise.
No. You know, I know. Again, I'm just a humble creator. I mean, I got low numbers. I'm fine with that. It's
Chris
okay.
Chris is not watching right now.
I know, but but even so, maybe he'll watch the re-up, and that's okay. Fine. I understand. I'm a humble creator, and I'm working my way up very organically, just through doing the shows and kind of grinding it, and that's why I'm also going to say, make sure you check out my other show during the week on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST. All the good titles were taken, keeping in the same naming scheme as insert title here.
I actually mentioned these to a couple people at Chabad this weekend, and they were like, "Those are such great names."
They are.
Well, it's great to find out. So a shout out to the people I work with that have admitted to be watching the show. Yep. They are, I guess, enjoying it and getting a kick out of it. So, hey, you want to know what? To those that are watching, this is your shout out. I'm not going to name names for obvious reasons, but thanks for tuning in. It is still
nice to our Emerald at work.
Guys, say you're braver than I am, letting your coworkers know what you do.
He is middle management, so.
Oh, they've known for a while. I've even brought it up. I've even brought up my show on the main TV in the conference room.
Oh, that's brave.
There you go.
You must have severe job security.
Oh no, I could be fired next day as far as I'm concerned. I mean, no one is irreplaceable. That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Everybody is replaceable. No job is secure unless you're an owner. But the way you get, but Papa even John. Then, the way you
Papa John.
Right. Well, no. He had a board. I'm talking about an owner that doesn't have a board to report to.
Okay.
Yeah, because really the board's the owner. He just pretends.
He's just a head that he can then be fired.
Yeah, unless he's got a damn good contract to make sure that he still has control. Yeah. The minute you get a board, you lose everything.
And that usually happens with a lot of companies when they go public. The moment they go public is the moment that they usually get a board of some kind, and that's the moment that you could potentially look at losing your position. Look at what happened to Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Founder of the company and then ended up getting out.
Okay. To see the company.
What happened with Veritas? With O'Keefe.
Yeah, Veritas as well.
One thing that
they were never public, were they?
Yeah, no, they went public, and then that was part of the problem. They went public, and then his board screwed him over.
I understand the benefits to go public is that infusion of cash from the IPO, But in the end, it's like, is it really worth the risk of end up losing your company later down the road?
No. Right.
Unless you intend to make the IPO, make the money, be there for just a little bit longer, and then bounce.
Yeah.
Hold on to your shares so you're still getting money, but then turn it over.
Yeah. Trying to hold on and keep control when you've been given a board is probably the fastest way to a stressful death.
Mr. Beek says, yeah, at my job, there are a few irreplaceable employees who were fired, and then the place never ran smoother.
Peter,
the one thing that's nice for me is, in order for me to get fired, the government has to fire me. The government has to tell my company that I need to be fired.
Yeah, but your company can say like, "Hey, they cut our budget. We gotta let you go." Right?
Yep.
No, they can't get rid of us unless the government says get rid of them.
I'm confused.
Well, what if the government starts paying them as much?
Well, then that's the government telling them to get rid of us.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the government says get rid of some people,
like
we aren't being gotten rid of. The government has to tell them to get rid of us. We can't, I can't be fired unless the government says fire him.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Hey,
I don't
this
like
guy's
that.
a great big phony.
Oh no, I remember I was told there was one case where somebody was just like, they weren't even seeing the clients. They were just writing the monthly notes and just pretending that they saw them. And they did that for like 3 months before getting caught. And this person wasn't fired because it would have taken too long to fire them. The management's like something like, hey, we both agree, right, that it's time for you to leave and move on, right? It's like, okay, yeah, fine. And the person just left. Like, they couldn't fire them. They just had to convince the person to quit.
Wow.
I want to, because it finally updated. There we go. Hi, Toasty.
So
since it finally updated.
There's a reason for that. Because if the person quits, they don't have to pay out the severance, all the other shit.
Yep.
That's why
it's because my company cannot fire them.
No,
we have to get approval from Medicaid.
They can. I promise you they can. It may be hard, but also if they fire them or they quit's better for the company because they don't have to pay shit to that person. Like I was talking about this last night that there was a guy I worked with. He 2 administrators got caught pleasing 2 administrators, not at the same time. And after the investigation, he was given the option to quit so he can keep his pension, which didn't come out of the sheriff's office budget. But that's generally what happens. Generally what happens. If you most like public companies are trying to get you to quit instead of firing you.
Yeah.
So real quick, there's a free for all. The Royal Rumble's on right now, and I'm first wrestling I've watched in years. It's in Saudi Arabia, I think, one of those many countries. Every woman's costume is now head to toe. I know this is their culture, head to toe, complete like you could. Everybody is covered head to toe. No wrestling outfits or costumes. It's all head to toe.
Okay,
or
neck
to toe.
But the guys are still in speedos, right?
So I did see your comment about Seattle, but yeah, they are better than EW Seattle combined because again, I'm not a Washington sports fan and by any means. So yeah, you're not going to get any disagreement there at all. Now, if you start attacking Michigan sports, then we're going to have some trouble. No.
See, I liked Major League Sports when I was younger. Like I was a Yankees fan. I watched Giants.
Ooh.
I grew up in New York.
I know.
Well, that's your fault.
I mean, it was funny. As I got out of being willing to deal with major league bullshit and all of the politics that have been getting into it, I went to A&M and I found I actually like college football, especially when my college is playing.
See, my issue is really I only enjoy watching hockey. I love watching hockey, but I really only enjoy watching hockey. But I know enough about hockey to know that people are making really stupid plays, and the NHL is making a bunch of really stupid decisions, like trying to get rid of checking.
Dude. Every league is doing
I'm being called out. my interview with Tiny, there's a reference to it talking about the comment about Seattle. So he's calling out that I didn't catch the interview and that I didn't watch that interview, and I'm being called out. So I'm being admonished right now in the chat, clearly. So.
Well, he called me out for no longer watching G.I. Joe with him when we stopped because of his technical difficulties, and then later my medical stuff became an issue. So it did not start with me.
Obviously, just get better.
Oh, so wait, the truth comes out. Arz, I would love to watch a hockey game with you so you could explain me the game. I get the point of the game, but
okay,
the rules,
so the game is played on ice. They have sticks with a puck. The object is like a lot of games. There there's goals at the end, and the object is to get the puck into your opponent's goal.
To be clear, you only win a hockey game if a fight breaks out.
That's not true.
It should be.
No, okay.
But
like the fighting should be like the golden snitch, right? If you win a fight, you get 5 goals.
Well, if you watch Heated Rivalry, it is like the golden snitch.
Yeah, they do.
More like golden tips.
No, it's Heidi, Tiny. I almost called you Heidi. It's a show on TV right now or streaming of 2 gay hockey players.
And that's why you're interested.
Who hide their lives from like their beards in public, and like they hate each other on the ice, but like they're really like banging in the locker rooms and shit. It's disgusting.
Wow.
It's not something even
you can't turn it off.
I don't watch it. It's something that I mean, this should be reserved for like pay channels and shit. It's not. We watched a trailer on Sean's show the other night. And it was like we were all disgusted by it. It wasn't entertaining at all in any way. It was all about the 2 weeks.
Most people don't actually want to know about what goes on in your personal life that is all messy and stupid and broken and shit. Like I don't want to know about your fucked up shit.
The whole thing.
Actually, you want to know what I gotta. I'll push back a little bit, and that's back when there was all that obsession with real life, the real life shows that they were doing.
Oh yeah,
that's when it was. But nowadays, no one cares and wants to see, and it takes away from it, so less people are tuning into that stuff.
Yeah,
because everyone's getting sick of reality shows. I mean,
and gay shows.
And some of the new reality shows because they're trying to break new ground because they've already done all the things that are not completely degenerate, and that doesn't count a lot of those dating island thingies because those are completely degenerate. But the newest one that keeps getting slammed into my fucking algorithm, no matter what I do to make it stop, is My Secret Addiction, and it's these people that are addicted to just
weird stuff.
Like eating lipstick and eating cardboard and touching themselves inappropriately in public and like
you don't have an addiction. You're a pervert.
Look, that, but be like, look, if you have something wrong neurologically, I'm the first person to give you as much empathy and sympathy as I can. But if you're eating fucking lipstick regularly and in public, you don't need a TV show. You need therapy.
Is Freak Show medication? Freak Factor real?
I hate psych meds. I do not react well to psych meds, but some people need them, and I feel like they're using these people to try to break ground with new reality bullshit when they should be helping them. Like they're exploiting these people.
Well, isn't the point of My Strange Addiction is they try to cure the addictions? Like they put them in contact with addiction centers?
I honestly don't know from what I saw. It didn't seem that way. And even so, like, are they really trying to get them cured if they're using them for money?
Well, it's like My 600-Pound Life, which is the one that's haunting my timeline for some godforsaken reason.
I hate that show.
You know, they're profiting off of all these fat people, but they're also, like, trying to get these fat people to go on diets, to work on the self-improvement necessary to, actually go and lose the weight.
Obviously, it's something more than just you were depressed or binge eating or whatever happened. If you got to 600 pounds, like, I understand people get to 300 something pounds. I can even maybe understand someone hitting 4. Once the 4 shows up on your dial, I don't care who you are, unless you're like fucking forgot his name, Lumberjack with the blue ox. Like no one should be 400 pounds or more. And shouldn't you start fixing it then?
Okay, so I'm gonna. Over the last couple years, I have actually gained like 40-something pounds. It's mostly due to the fact that I had surgeries, and it's kind of like a depression thing. I didn't realize I was this big till I went to put on a shirt a few weeks ago, and a normal shirt that fit me comfortably now is so tight I can't even tuck it into my shirt and my pants. These shirts barely fit me in the last few weeks because of it's something. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. And a lot of times, I wake up, I'm like, okay, so I could literally do 10 minutes of exercise, but I can't be bothered with it. And it's a mental thing.
I feel like I'm getting, I feel like I'm being attacked right now because that's exactly what's happening lately.
Well,
I've been putting on shirts that seem to have fit. I swear the laundromat is shrinking my clothes.
Well, I'm the laundryman here, so I can't blame anybody myself. But I get where you're coming from. Over in fancy Washington, you'll have doormen, laundrymen, carmen. You have all these men for y'all.
No. The only reason I have laundry is because I decided to be lazy and just drop my clothes off at a laundromat and have it done for me.
Gotcha.
But that's because of timing. I have so many other things going on.
Yeah, you see, the laundromats, they secretly swap out your clothes with slightly smaller clothes to make you feel like you're going
It's
insane.
quite amazing that they were able to find my exact clothes to swap out.
Right?
My point being, both of you saw something when you tried to put your shirts on, and it made you at least think.
But hold on, wait, I wasn't done.
Okay, sorry.
I kind of said it, but we were all starting to get at the same time. I noticed it. But I'm doing nothing about it, and it's getting worse. I can't be bothered to do something about it. It's something like the hill. Every day the hill's even higher, and you're like, fuck. Part of that is depression. Part of that is I am severely ADHD, and I don't have medication. I had medication, and the insurance fucked up, or Walmart pharmacy fucked up, sending it the wrong insurance. Now the real insurance won't. My insurance won't cover it. The doctor's office saying they can't do anything. Walmart saying they can't do anything. So I'm not getting it. I'm not going to blame medication. But when I was on it for those 2 months I was on it, I was a fucking beast. I dropped 30 pounds in a month and a half because I was so active. I was actively doing something about it. But because I was not, I guess, regulated.
Yeah.
I'm not regulated. It's getting worse. And every day I'm like, man, look, I could do this one little thing, but I can't. Just too much.
No, I understand that.
I'm not defending these people. But I do think there's something there.
It just feels like at some point there should be an oh my god meeting moment before 600 pounds.
There probably is, and I've had that. But I being in the house all day by myself, and just by the time I get to talk around people, it's my brain is so fast I've forgotten about it. It's gone. It's tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's yesterday's news and tomorrow's breaking news.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I mean, it does kind of go under the procrastinator's motto. Why do today what you can put off till tomorrow? I mean, how many things do you get put on your list of things to do around your place or a project you want to do? You plan to do it that day, get a little bit further in the day and go, I'll take care of that tomorrow. And the tomorrow becomes tomorrow the next day. And then the next day it's tomorrow.
2 years later,
and it
you
just
still
keeps
haven't called
moving.
AT&T.
Right.
Correct. It's something like that.
Yeah.
And so
yes, 2 years later,
I mean, or like an X account gets hacked, and then you don't make a new account for months,
weeks, months and months, and people are like,
yeah.
hey,
it was not months and months. It was like 5 weeks at most.
That's months. 2 months.
Month, singular.
Okay. Well, part of what I was asking was how do you get because my problem is the opposite. When I'm depressed, I don't eat.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to even force myself to eat.
Well, because it's not just eating, it's also not moving.
Correct.
So because they're also not moving around, a lot of people once they get bed bound, they're like, well, I can't move. I'm not going to bother trying.
Yes. So like I know I've talked about it here in other shows. I was taking a Happy Mammoth that college and stuff. That was about 2 months ago, and I went and drank the daily, the shake of it. I noticed like fat just like started melting, and I started to move a little more. Well, a couple shows we did, the shows went late, and I was like, I'll drink it tomorrow, and then tomorrow became tomorrow, and then tomorrow. So it's been a week, and I'm starting to notice I'm not moving as much, and then the fat's starting to pile back on again, and it just got to the point. I was like, okay.
Also, a lot of that weight comes from soda specifically.
I bet, and so that is very true. And I've started drinking them recently again.
Yeah, because here's what I recommend. Right, what works great for me is this thing called a circle. Do I have my circle up here?
Okay, it's not the flavor.
So while he's
I
doing
love
that,
water. I love water.
So Mr. Scott Awesome says there's a neurotransmitter issue. Most can be dealt with naturally.
Yep.
Might help you if you can go get genetic and some research done on your gut and dietary health. Yeah, they're finding with a little bit of genetic testing, they can kind of tailor a diet more towards your genetics that would be helpful. Of course, it's money. It's not everything.
Well, I was about to say yes,
and that's understandable.
Well, like if you're willing to try something along those lines, there is the blood type diet, which I've seen many people get a lot of benefits from. I've even had some benefits from it, which is the idea that one of the reasons we have the different enzymes in our blood is because we literally semi-separated from each other and evolved slightly separately. Is those who started agriculture could no longer hunt and gather the same way. So they weren't getting red meat the same way. So if you're an A, there's a good chance that you can live on a vegetarian diet relatively well. No guarantees, but there's a very good chance. Whereas if you're an O, the paleo diet is probably your best bet, because that is, the O's have it the hardest in modern culture because they need lean red meats. They need just like berries and roots you can find. All that grain that was grown, all those cattle and piggies and everything else that were all taken care of by humans. Yeah, all that's not good for you because your O is 0. You are the original blood type. You are the original human. Yay. And you're one of the only humans who can eat shellfish without having gut problems normally. And there's something else that you guys can have that nobody else can have. I can't remember.
I was going to say, in the case of Darnell, he's all about fruit.
Plural.
But, I don't really follow the modern the blood type diet was started by a guy named Dr. D'Adamo Sr. Mm-hmm. His son took over after he retired, and his son went crazy, like genetic splicing of things down to the fuck that. The original book, Eat Right for Your Type, has the basic outline, and I've seen a lot of people find both mental and physical help from it. So if anyone watching or listening has any issues that they haven't been able to figure out, they think maybe diet has something to do with it, it's a nice place to start. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Eat right for your type.
And it's true. I mean, that's why there's so many different diets out there that people try. And for some people, they work going a paleo diet or going just a carnivore diet. And it does work for some people. It doesn't work for everyone.
No.
And that's why, again, it's this amazing thing called genetics. Yeah. And the fact that there's so many variations that not everything works for everyone. There's no one size fits all.
Like I said, even like the blood type diet, which I really like, two things. One, the doctor's like, it's not strict. So there was one of the stories in the book is there's a rabbi who was having horrible arthritis. He couldn't walk to his shul every week anymore, and things were, and he ate barley all the time because he thought it was super healthy, whole grain and all that. Turns out his specific genetics not good with barley, so he stopped eating. Within months, he's walking again. He's doing better, and he just starts getting more and more miserable because he misses this food that was his everyday thing that like. And he went to the doctor and he was like crying and like, Dom was looking at him, he was like, dude, you can have barley. Like, what's your one a day thing? Like Shabbos? That's what you Jews do? Have your barley on Shabbos. like you don't have to cut it out like it's gonna kill you. Right. You find things that are better for your system and things that are worse. And the things that are worse, you either stop eating or you take them with enzymes so that your body breaks them down better, or other things. Like, that's the other thing. Most people don't talk about enzymes. Most people don't have enough enzymes in their system. So they're eating all sorts of food their body cannot digest. They cannot get the nutrients out of, and is doing nothing but putting fat on their fucking body. Yeah. But also real quick, the fact that you love water, You can actually dehydrate yourself with water.
I know. So okay, he was bringing the circle. Like I know a lot of people can't stand the taste of water, but they get the circle because it can put the juice in it. There's one that there's like a ring. It sits on the spout. You don't taste it, but you sniff the scent, so you think you're tasting the scent. You're tasting whatever. But yes, I drink about like 1 or 2. I drink the proper amount of water a day, but I do counter it by drinking a lot of soda when I come onto shows, or beer, which I haven't had beer in like 2 or 3 months. But yeah, I'll start drinking soda again. But I do enjoy my beer like 1 a day, 2 a day. And I know it's not proven to help with kidney stones, but when I drink a couple, I start to flush my kidneys out, pee, which helps with kidney stones to constantly, flush out your
What
kidneys.
I meant about the water was just you also need to make sure you get salt and potassium and magnesium, like all the little electrolytes.
Right.
I can't tell you the amount of wrestlers I knew who ended up with heat illness because they drank so much water they washed out their electrolytes.
Yeah.
So this has popped up, and I'm going to bring this up. And we all know what is happening. This is a little bit more nerds covering the news, but hey, this is a free for all. It's a free for all show. So bring this up. So if based on the logic of the left, if you're doing an act of journalism, you're above prosecution and you aren't committing a crime. So with that
unless you're a conservative.
No. Let me finish the thought process. So are these guys above being prosecuted because they say they're a journalist?
So there's 2 things here. One, he's a journalist.
The Democrat base, yes.
Wait, he's a journalist. Plus, he's black
and gay.
Oh my god!
He's got the trifecta of shield around him.
This man is going to get all the Pulitzers.
And
but
trigger discipline.
Tiny's got it right. You see, the real thing here is you're only a journalist. You're only a journalist if you are part of the anti-bad guy, good guy club.
Yep.
And if you're anti-bad guy, good guy club, like conservatives are, then you can't be a journalist. You're just a grifting YouTuber.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is that we need to start calling Don Lemon what he truly is. YouTuber terrorist. Don Lemon.
Yeah.
Terrorist. No, he's a terrorist.
You're not a legitimate like if independent journalists aren't legitimate journalists, then he sure as hell isn't either. You are fired, motherfucker. No, and every fucking video you do on the street, I love the videos in New York City where he thinks he's gonna get like all the reactions he wants because they voted for Namdami, and they just go, dude, all you do is lie. No, I'm not talking to you.
Did you see the video where he's like, coming here illegally isn't illegal, it's a misdemeanor. And the chick's like, is it a misdemeanor a crime? Because a misdemeanor wasn't a crime. And he froze. And he started stuttering and tried to turn it around.
He's not nearly as intelligent as he thinks he is.
So, okay, there's the thing is misspeaking. We do it here all the time. We all fuck up because our brains are going too fast or we get too excited. But these people do it constantly. They constantly do this. So it's not misspeaking at this point.
No.
It's they're caught and now they have to weasel their way out of it.
Oh man, I stole the anti-bad guy, good guy club from Meant This Way, who's like the best libertarian channel out there. Sorry, Emerald.
Oh no, it's fine. To sit there and to try to use journalism as some kind of protect all. This is my issue with it because again, when it comes to Don Lemon, what he did is that you want to call that an act of journalism. Yes, a church is open to everyone. This is true. However, they keep calling it, in the left I've seen this too, is they keep calling it a public space.
It's not a public
Churches
space.
are not public spaces. They are still private spaces. They're open to,
Yep.
I am an
I'm sorry.
illegal
It'd still be a conspiracy if he knew what they were going to do ahead of time. But if he had been at the back of the thing and he had stood back and he had kept his mouth shut and he had just recorded what was happening, I'm just filming the news, he might have been able to get away with it. But he did not. He ran in there. He terrified children. He screamed at a pastor. That is not journalism. That is activism, and that is terrorism.
Now, the lawyers that are out there,
those people.
Yeah, the lawyers that are out there and are paying attention to this, and it's about the word police aspect. If you notice in the setup for the terrorist act that occurred, he kept using the word we.
Yep.
We. That makes you part of the terrorist act, not they are doing this, they're going to go do this. I am just going to go and record and film this for journalistic, even saying it then, but he kept saying we. And the conspiracy side of it is the fact that he knew what was going. He wasn't going to tell his audience, not letting that information out. That's conspiracy.
Yep.
You knew a criminal act was about to take place, a violation of the FACE Act. As much as the liberals are going, what? It's a liberal. It's FACE Act is for abortion clinics. Ah, you're right.
No.
But there's another clause in that law for churches.
Yep.
Back when they had to keep things balanced.
It's the idea that everyone keeps forgetting. Just because you do it to one side doesn't mean the other side can't do it back. We are a country whose laws are based on precedent. If you keep letting bad shit happen, bad shit becomes law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people like bring up the journalists that were in Vietnam and these other places around the world. The difference between them and you is that the journalists were there and they documented. They documented and left.
They didn't pick up weapons.
They didn't insert themselves. They didn't. Well, they were not shooting like, yeah, get that guy. They just stood there and took pictures. They documented the event, which was important for history. And even documented. But they're aiming the narrative to where they want it to be aimed, so they can get their good shot. They can get their good sound.
Oh my
bite.
goodness!
They're not just standing there and just doing journalism.
I want to know.
Journalists who were out of line got removed. There were journalists who got involved in one way or another. Hell, in Gulf War II, during freedom and shit, there were freaking idiot reporters who were giving our locations of our men away. They had to be removed.
That's when this shit started.
Okay, so I don't know if this guy really is a lawyer or he's just an internet lawyer claiming to be, but this argument is insane. So he goes and says, lawyer here, if you record yourself committing a crime, you can't be charged with that crime. It's called the Fifth Amendment. You have the right against self-incrimination. This Don Lemon case is a joke. Are you fucking I'm not condone. I don't condone this in any kind of way, but I guess record yourself committing a crime because you can't be prosecuted then.
Do you know how? Yeah. So on this guy's note, in Miranda, you cannot incriminate yourself. That means we cannot force you to. We can't make you say something that didn't happen.
Same thing.
Right.
You can't even make you say something that did happen.
I can't tell you how many times I charged and arrested juveniles for filming themselves committing crimes and putting on Snapchat, or sharing a video around school. And good old Darnell was standing by when a kid was watching the video. I'm like, hey, you're going to come with me or take the video, get the video off the phone, get the kid to dinner.
Again,
that is absolutely an admission of guilt.
Again, this really just shows, I don't know if this guy really is a lawyer or not. It doesn't seem like it, but right here, good old community know. The Fifth Amendment only protects compelled testimony, self-incrimination, not a voluntarily recording of a crime. For example, defendant William Bryan was convicted of murder using his own cell phone video recording to the pursuit and killing of Ahmaud Arbery.
And there are a couple of people who I know who will sit there and say that this guy is right because all revised statutes are unconstitutional, meaning he's all for anarchy.
Right. But that's really what that lawyer is saying is go ahead, commit crime, make sure you record yourself because the Fifth Amendment says that you can't you're protected.
That is so stupid.
No. If that guy really is a lawyer, he needs to be disbarred.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. It's just more proof of how shit our fucking school system is. The fact that anyone would think that made sense, that made logical sense, that would stand up in real life is just... I mean, I keep wanting to say immature. As Darnell said, the fucking idiot kids.
People are that dumb. They believe this is real.
I'm really glad to know that TikTok girl now is not going to receive any criminal charges because she recorded it.
Oh, the DoorDash girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one facing like 80 years in prison?
Yes.
No, egregious.
How many? Oh, wait. Arza, how many years?
I heard from all the different charges, it could get up to like a life.
Yeah.
From all the different charges.
No. She is only charged with 2 felony charges that amount to a max sentence of only 8 years.
I know that there at one point they were looking at the double-digit years for her, potentially life with all the things they were going to throw on her.
They were never going to hit her with all that stuff.
Well, not going to hit her with them.
And on top of that, I don't even think she's going to spend any time in jail. I think she's going to get hit with... I'm being a realist when it comes down to it. I think she's going to get hit with probation. If she gets any kind of jail time, it's going to be like in a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of there being no consequences.
Well, look, again, I'm referring back to last night. We watched a few videos of the DUI video of a compilation. The first one it was their third DWI, $1,000 bond, no jail time. Another one, no, that was a four.
It is as dangerous, if not more so, than a negligent fire of a fucking firearm.
So
you're putting a vehicle, which is a fucking weapon. I'm sorry.
I know. No, you're right. So to get out of jail, after she was booked, she had to come up with 12 to 50%, depending on the state. They have different percentages of the bond you have to come up with, plus filing fees. So like here's 12%. So to get out of jail, she'd have to come up with $150, and then you'd wait for your court date. And then it's so ridiculous.
There's a quote that I've been seeing around a lot that we really need to remember when it comes to how we treat people. And this goes for Don Lennon and whatever the fuck his name is. This goes for all of the ICE Watch people. This goes for the illegal immigrants. This goes for drunk drivers. This goes for literally everything. Mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent.
Yeah.
If you are lenient to someone who is violent, who is dangerous, who has no respect for your culture or your laws, they will violate them and they will kill, assault, harass, harm, or rape innocent people.
Yep. That is a great quote, and that you are absolutely right. That needs to come back.
I'm sorry, you're right, but no. They had Mr. Scott. One of the DWIs was $3,000 or $5,000, but still.
Third time.
Hold on, I told this story last night. I tell every few weeks. I arrested a guy on a DWI third. Observed him driving 20-something miles or 15 miles. I was in a police station wagon. I had to borrow for the night. My unit was getting fixed, so I couldn't pull him over. And there was no shoulder to pull him over anyway. First chance I got a shoulder, I had units waiting. We pulled him over. Dude was drunk. We got him for DWI, battering a police officer, 4 counts because he fought with us, and then destruction of property because he pissed on the back seat of the unit, and they had some paperwork in the back seat, which was destroyed by the paperwork, which is destruction of property. So we got him all that. I stayed behind because I didn't have a cage. You bring him to the jail, to the substation. I'll stay behind.
Documenting all this stuff.
I'll inventory the vehicle because the tow truck driver's a mile down the road. I saw him pulling out, documented fast. He pulled up, grabbed the car 5 minutes behind the vehicle with him in it. I get to the substation. As I'm pulling in, he's walking out the public door with his wife and kids, getting in the car and leaves. Now, all the work I did was, at this point, was observe, pull him over, get him handcuffed, inventory the vehicle, and they left. I looked at the sergeant. I said, I haven't even done the arrest report. How is he out of jail? Well, so judges called throughout the night, hey, has anyone been arrested? Okay, this is what they're there for. give them this bond, and they're out. The judge gave him a $3,000 bond on a 30 WI with all those charges. He was out before he even got to the station to write the report. So $390, and he was out. Before he even
this isn't like the Louisiana thing. This just keeps happening everywhere.
This happens everywhere. So judges and DAs are the ones doing this, but everyone blames the cops because the cops are the ones you see every day. Like, oh, you arrested this guy, he didn't stand in jail. It's your fault. No, if you look at my report, it's air fucking tight.
If you did the arrest, it's the prosecutor's fault if they did not stand trial.
I can't tell you how many DAs and ADAs and judges I pissed off because they would go to court and say, hey, look, this is the charge. Are you okay if we drop it to this? No.
Well, it's like, look at what's happening in Virginia with all the new changes, like no minimum sentences for child assault cases. All that's going to do is cause more children to be assaulted.
Yeah.
You know, we don't start prosecuting.
All the shit they give us about vehicular manslaughter and that our car is a dangerous weapon.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Sorry, go on.
I just 11th DUI.
Yeah. I have a family member.
Maybe in like 1950, this might have been okay, but today?
I have a very close family member who's still alive, so I won't say him or her or their name, but they have had 8, and they're still out. They've only served 9 months of time in their entire life.
Well, they're just getting better at it, you know? Eventually, they won't be a danger on the road while drunk.
Actually, yes, this person does drive drunk every time they're in a vehicle.
Which again,
yet,
I mean, I'm
not allowed to drive on my medication, which doesn't impair me. I've proven that to multiple doctors, but I might not be allowed to drive because of my medication.
Yep.
No, it's because they're using the medication because you're a woman.
No, I did. Oh God, where was it? I heard a doctor say that if medication affects a woman more. So you can't do normal things with it if you're a woman, which is ridiculous. I was at a supermarket in Texas, and I heard this doctor say this. I don't know if he was from Texas, but I was in Texas. And yeah, so I mean, he's joking, but I mean, there are people who believe that shit.
And you know, it's like also
no. And actually, I really want to be angry because I generally am a very good driver, but I'm sorry. Feel same way about certain Asian drivers.
You want to know what? I'm just gonna stop it, but I'm gonna stop him from saying what he was about to say. I just could tell.
I've seen so many accidents, and I've like been in like parking lots going, who the fuck is driving? Like, oh, okay.
Look, you're part of 2 demographics. No. For extremely Jewish people can't drive.
Since when? That is okay. I've heard a lot of shit against my people, but that is not one I've ever
Jewish
heard.
people can't drive is a pretty common one that I've seen a lot of places.
That is not true at all.
It doesn't even make sense. Do you have any idea how many New York City cabbies are Jews?
Yeah, they're good at being cabbies because they're bad drivers. They break all the rules. You ever gone the wrong way down a one-way? Come on. A normal person's not going to do that.
I got to break that. Okay, I got to break this.
Part of Israel and found out I was in Palestine at one point, but I have never gone the wrong way down.
I remember you telling us that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to break up. I got to break that up just a little bit. Oh my goodness, Clippy has been found on the island. Oh my goodness.
Cancel him.
Look, the only thing that I know about these new leaks is that Jeffrey Epstein was banned from Xbox Live in 2013, and I love that.
Oh, really?
Yes,
he was banned in 2013 for harassment.
What a dick. I better watch
Clippy. You want to know what? I always suspected there was something really up with Clippy. And now we know. There may be a reason why Clippy went into hiding like he had, and has not been seen in a few Windows releases.
Is this true, Arza? You're close to Nebraska.
Am I close to Nebraska?
You're closer than I am.
The rest of us.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to Nebraska.
But
you know, just because they're black, I'm going to assume it is true.
I have to say, I've seen the worst parking lot crash in my life.
Almost as close.
No, Emerald's not near Kansas. I think me and ours are the closest.
I thought we were talking about Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska. That's what I meant. You're Kentucky, right? Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas is next to Kentucky.
Kansas. Arza, you're Kansas, right?
Kentucky.
Y'all still like kind of near Nebraska. Y'all closer than any of us. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is the worst crash I've seen in a parking lot was committed by a woman. I was walking out of Taco Bell in 1997, and we were getting food. It was like 8 o'clock at night. We walked out. We were just in the parking lot walking our vehicle. Suddenly, this truck just comes fucking tearing off the highway, flying down towards a bar, and nails a fucking nails a fucking light pole. Like at the point where her entire engine block was crushed, like probably 50, 60 miles an hour. She gets out. She goes like, "What happened?" You're like, "You hit a pole. There wasn't a pole there." Yeah.
I just want to say I did look it up. According to Brave's AI, yes, there's a widely recognized stereotype that Jews, particularly Hasidic or ultra-Orthodox Jews, are bad drivers.
Okay, that's different.
No, particularly, not exclusively.
No.
Is that a pattern that you noticed? I'm just trying to get where you're coming from on this.
There are certain communities. There are some like Haredi communities and a couple other that they do have electricity and modern stuff, but they're kind of Amish minded. So that doesn't actually surprise me a whole lot. To any Orthodox Jews who happen to be watching, I'm sorry.
No, this is true.
Well, no. For if you're talking about like the serious religions, got people, yeah, very possibly. Because it's not something they're going to practice. It's just not something they're going to practice, and their high schools are not going to have any driver's ed or anything like that. So, okay. Fine. But that's a small, very, very small part of our population.
Yes, there are other ethnic groups that are much worse at driving. And I'm surprised you went with the lesser of them, but just keeping in your pattern.
No, it's because there's one of them here right now. There are no other of the demographics bad at driving here.
How do you know I'm not a bad driver?
Well, you might be, but you're not a part of a
Leah would have been making fun of you the whole time if you had been.
Look, get some shoe shine on your face, and then I'll make fun of you for being a bad driver.
Now I know why Tiny stopped going on Blue Eyed Show.
God damn it, guys.
He never invited me on his show, so that doesn't work.
So we have an image, Don Lemon being rescued from jail by his husband.
Oh God. You mean the white guy that's the reason for all the problems?
Yep. Yeah. Again, this is what I find amazing. All of these leftists that are calling white man the devil, the worst thing, the biggest threat to humanity. They're all married to white men.
Yep.
That's because their hatred of white people is a fetish.
Yeah.
It's like why the biggest AI summer situations for women right now is ICE protester and ICE agent. That's the biggest AI romance right now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, there's been reports that a huge amount of search of AI inquiries for sexual fantasies is ICE protester, ICE agent.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was already too much bad, trashy romances out there. And I'm sorry, because I get very angry because there are actually really good authors with amazing plot lines, unbelievable characters, great dialogue, really good fight scenes, really amazing fucking writers. And they happen to also have romance and sex in the story. So they're considered romance writers. And the idea that any of them could be put into the same category as that shit that fucking Theo keeps showing me and everything else. I was like, sorry, I didn't even know that shit existed. I just figured those were jokes.
Dude, this is our fault for teaching women how to read. Sorry, Tiny, but come on.
You are so lucky you're in Kentucky. You're like this close.
My money,
I have to find you in my wheelchair and beat your ass.
I just walk up a flight of stairs.
My money is on Tiny next time in Las Vegas.
Well, obviously, Von Coleman is coming to my lovely state for a Comic-Con. You should all just come to Comic-Con Lexington.
Where the hell is Lexington?
It'd probably be cheaper than going to Vegas.
When?
It's the second biggest city in Kentucky.
When?
March.
Why the hell
Why
would I want to go to Kentucky?
Because Von Coleman's selling comic books then. And bourbon.
But I'm gonna see Von Coleman in Las Vegas.
And in Las Vegas, you can watch him get ripped off by strippers.
Yeah,
that is a good point.
We can have that happening in Kentucky as well.
Yeah, I know where some strip clubs are.
Okay.
Wow. I love it.
I survived the apple cider vinegar hoax of 2026. There's no way that was not a setup. No way that was not planned.
So, okay, real quick on that, I have another very close family member who is extremely based, who has told me the ice video, the guy got hit, is faked, and he was never hit by a car, and that this was real. I think she's trying to argue with me just for the sake of arguing, though.
It sounds like it.
Because like I said, which angle did you see? All three from the ice video with Good, and she's like, no, there was no reason to shoot. I'm like, okay, one, you're just trying to fight with me. Two, if you've never been a cop, you don't know. That situation was if you've never been a cop, you don't understand. Because how quickly they'd have been making that phone call to his family. I said, now that would have been me as that ICE agent. Would you say I was wrong for shooting? Got quiet all of a sudden.
Well, again, it's something I've said before and brought up is that in a lot of these events, everyone is playing armchair quarterback. Yeah. They're looking at it after the fact of a video. The event, they're sitting there slowing video down and different angle that is not obtainable by the people that are involved in what had occurred. 100%. And they're sitting there going, well, the officer had time to gather. See, the officer wasn't there. When video then finally comes out in the case of Good, you can hear the vehicle strike the officer, him go, whoa, and then fire. So so there was an impact. And on top of that, seconds. This happened in seconds.
Well, yeah.
He should have done a backflip off of the hood and shot the tire.
Two things in that. One, the Supreme Court has determined that you cannot, an officer acting in reasonable, I forget the exact wording, acting within the bounds of the law, cannot be held accountable for something that did to them at the time was reasonable in a split second. And two, how did he draw? And if he wasn't already drawn, how did he draw and shoot that fast? Guess what? Cops all around the country practice quick draw, and not practice. It required training for quick draw. And it's not just like, oh, you have a target, and if you don't hit the target, they pull your fucking license for the gun, and you go back working in the jail. You have to be able to quick draw and fire fraction of a second.
Well,
one second, Tony. The last step in the post is the police officer standards and training firearms training that you have to recertify every year. The last step is 2 seconds. Step back, pull, fire 2 shots with holster and step forward again in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Mr. Scott Awesome brings this up. Why did you use real bullets? Insane. Yes, the whole point that they are LARPing. They aren't real revolutionary. They're LARPing revolution. And so when actual events befall them because of their actions where they think they're playing a game, there are real consequences to their actions, and they're learning in real time.
Well, have you guys seen the text messages from the people who've had their identities hacked from the Ice Watch?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. They're like freaking out because it's like, oh my god, what do you mean they have my name?
Oh yeah, so there's an X account I follow that they do that. They report these fucking people, and then they dox. They don't dox them, but they report them to their employers and stuff like that.
No, Ice Watch got hacked. All of the user data has been been released.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy who.
So I was gonna say, just for what we were talking about before with the shootings, like as Angry Cop said, ICE is trained in a lot of different things that is part of their law enforcement training, but they don't do crowd control. That's not part of their training. They're not supposed to need to. They're supposed to have support of local law enforcement to do that.
Specialized units deal with the with riots. Now,
and I'm sorry, I've watched multiple videos, including the ones that showed like the worst angles and everything. Multiple people say gun, and then you hear a bullet, and you hear a shot. You have less than 2 seconds to react. I'm sorry. None of those people have ever put themselves in any type of situation where they would have to react in that type of time with those types of stakes. It's,
oh yeah. Bro, Freddie signed his warrant.
What these ICE officers do is inhuman. It's literally humans can't do that.
There was a map the other day. I should have saved the picture of all the places ICE is, doing their thing. And I think it was 8 states. Has there been violence with non-illegals? And I know one of them was Kenner, city of Kenner in Louisiana, like 30 minutes from me. There was one incident where an officer pulled their gun out, and that was it. Because people, when you let them do their job, no one gets hurt. Everyone goes home.
That's the thing. If Minneapolis police were keeping these protesters, they're not protesters, they're activists and they're criminals. But if Minneapolis was doing their job, keeping them safe and far away from the ICE evil men, none of this shit would have happened. This happened because Minneapolis's fucking mayor and their chief of police or the chief sheriff or whatever the fuck he is are just fucking cowardly assholes who are letting this happen, letting their men be demoralized and be looked down on by the whole fucking country. And people from other countries. The amount of shit I have seen from friends of mine that live in other countries talking about how horrible the Minneapolis police are and how bad at their job so many American cops are. And I'm like, it's just, these people are literally tying their hands and fucking dunking them in red ink and then screaming, well, it wasn't our fault. They instigate it, they stop it from being able to be stopped, and then they bitch about it. It's insane.
Remember,
right.
If ICE...
At one point... No, go on, sorry.
If ICE was what these terrorists say ICE is, the death count would be significantly higher than 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the other thing. I get very angry when they call the ICE Gestapo, and then they start talking about like, oh, this is Gestapo shit, and they're going on about like, no, it's not. If this was the Gestapo, you wouldn't be screaming on X. You'd have had a black bag put over your head, and you'd been in a fucking place getting tortured for information that you probably don't have, and then you would either been executed on the spot or sent to a fucking concentration camp. They don't know what a concentration camp is. They were upset about alligator Alcatraz. I'm sorry. You people have learned no history, and you use these words and these phrases that mean serious fucking shit and serious amounts of death, and it means nothing to you, and you've destroyed their meanings. There are all sorts of young people today who think that's what happened in Germany in the 30s, and it just fucking isn't. None of these people are chasing their fucking neighbors down the street. Nobody's going to movie theaters where they have little shorts in front of the movie where they talk about how it's best to hunt Jews or gypsies or gay people or how to turn in your disabled family members because it's better for them and for the whole fucking community. I'm sorry. There is nothing that has happened in this country that has been Nazi-like at all. The closest that has happened under the fucking left's watch. And I'm getting really sick of this shit. Even the people who 40% of people from Ireland don't believe the Holocaust happened. And then even on our side,
people here are starting to believe that didn't happen. People here are starting to believe that.
15 million people. They killed 6 million Jews. They killed over 1 million gypsies. They killed millions of Soviet POWs. They tortured artists, people who didn't agree with them, gays. all of those people are safe here. No one is being attacked in that way. No one is being singled out. Nobody is going to school and having other kids point at the fucking yellow star on their arm and go, you're different, you're bad, you're not worth it.
Yeah.
I also didn't realize that the Nazis were like, hey, if you just go home, you'll be left alone. Just go home.
Oh, that's what they were doing with the placating of the Jews back during that was they isolated them. You're not allowed to be out in public. Just go home. You're going to be safe in your home. Don't go. And then that centralized and made it easy for rounding them up because they weren't allowed to be in public.
Not go to those homes. Go to your home country. Just leave us alone.
Oh.
And you'll never be looked at again.
Yeah, go back to Poland so that we can invade Poland. And the Poles can fuck you over, and then we can fuck you over more.
This was brought up earlier, and about the names getting out. So this is actually on the ICE.net's front page. We're not kidding. We sent your names, logins, passwords, and locate to a bunch of government agencies. Sherman Austin is a terrible coder, so the RC.
Our RC conception.
Yeah. Yep.
I love the bird at the end. Not only we fucked over your lives, you're sad and pathetic. We fucked over your lives.
You couldn't even encrypt your own website to stop ICE from getting in. How dumb are you? I don't know shit about encryption either, so I can say that because I'm an idiot. I'm a dumb.
See, well, it was done because it was done by coders that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and that's why they're not employed. Because if they were actually good coders and good with security, they'd be gobbled up by law enforcement, by federal agencies, by high-end companies that are looking to secure and make their products digitally safe.
I'm sorry, gray hat hackers make a lot of money if they're any good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
The best part is, all right, here we go. This is the best part is not only did they get hacked like that, but if I can share my screen, every member of IceWatch also received text messages about it,
proving that they had their phone numbers.
Hey, I can't bring him up on screen. I can't bring it. It says there's too many things on screen.
Try it now. I had my thing still up in the background.
There we go.
Yep. All the people involved in IceWatch got the text message. Your information has been compromised and sent to authorities. Sherman Austin is not to be trusted and is a terrible coder. Just all of them getting text this.
They really did not like the guy whose code they broke. They were very unimpressed.
Yeah, what did this Sherman Austin guy do? That's what I want to know.
I guess.
What about him makes him so?
He wrote their security code or something.
No, because he was the one that essentially was the creator of that website.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing interviews that news agencies did with him about this website.
Gotcha. Okay.
So this website was not like it was a secret thing that only they knew about. No, there was interviews with the guys on local news about it. And they even posing the question going, isn't this kind of illegal? And he goes, well, I'm not doing anything illegal. I just made a website. And all we're doing is observing what's going on with ICE. So I'm not doing anything criminal. I haven't broken any laws.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but he gets
that's what he's trying to do. But hey, don't worry. I believe he videotaped himself, so he can't be prosecuted because of the Fifth Amendment. So I think he's safe.
Yeah, guys, remember, if you videotape yourself, you can't be arrested. So always have a webcam recording everything. Live stream it all. Live stream everything you ever do, so you can never be prosecuted for it. None of that can be used as evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so being that this is a kind of a somewhat pop culture, tell me this isn't treasonous behavior to go to a different country. Should her passport should she just be deported and not allowed back into the U.S.? This is Lady Gaga in Japan.
Oh, no, that's all I have to say. Yeah, deport her.
I want to take a second to talk about something that's extremely important to me.
keep in mind, she's in a foreign country.
Something important to people all over the world.
Foreign country that is
especially
an unbelievable ally of this country, and it has a prime minister that very much respects the connection between our country and that country.
And in a country where they do have signs that flat out say no foreigners allowed for restaurants.
Yep. And they're turning back all sorts of visas now.
Yep.
In America right now. In a couple of days, I'm going to be heading home and
reject her admission back into the U.S.
My heart is aching, thinking about the people, the children, the families all over America who are being mercilessly targeted by ICE.
You mean illegals that shouldn't be in our country that were let in by the Biden administration and that shouldn't have been in this country in the first place, or
that were never vetted or going through any other program that our laws require?
And an administration that is simply following the laws that are on the books and deporting them?
Yeah, you don't want these people deported. All you do is have the fucking laws changed. I don't remember Ilhan Omar making any bills that would have stopped this. I don't remember AOC putting out any bills that stopped this.
Exactly. That's what and again, because the left needs something to fight over and bitch and complain and use as some kind of a rallying cry for them to get votes. The fact of the matter is, this is just a law that's on the books. If you don't like this, then change the law.
Yeah. And Biden and Obama already deported more than Trump's done yet. And like Darnell said, there's only 8 states that have had any violence at all, and some of them is just someone drew their firearm.
It may be less too. I don't remember.
But like I'm sorry. The only places that this gets violent is where there's billions and billions and billions of dollars of fraud, like Minnesota and California. Washington, Oregon, that's where they get violent, where there's a lot of shit to cover up and a lot of people who are really owed some serious answers.
Yeah.
Because on top of everything else, all that billions and billions and billions of fraud meant that people with government insurance and certain other insurances couldn't get all sorts of drugs that they could have had if billions and billions and billions of dollars weren't being given to fucking people who don't deserve it. The people in the systems would have had better systems.
You know, I think I've got a solution for this problem. It's a real, easy, simple solution. We need a new prison colony, and we need a way to revoke citizenship.
Greenland
would be great.
Don't do it to that country.
Greenies are not going to agree to that.
Don't do it to a beautiful country.
Their country.
We just find a place.
Okay, well then Guantanamo
islands in the South
asses.
Pacific. There's nothing on. We own a bunch of islands in the South Pacific.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather. Coconuts.
Hurricane hotspots.
You lose your citizenship. Congrats. You no longer have to pay taxes.
Call them typhoons there, not hurricanes.
You're also not allowed to leave this random island that we're going to put you on.
I'll go be security on that island. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking about all of their pain and how their lives are being destroyed right in front of us.
Would you do the same thing?
I'm also thinking about Minnesota and everyone back at home.
All out for them at all of your concerts. What about the children? There have been case after case after case of child exploitation and human trafficking. Did she talk about that at her concerts?
That doesn't count.
Nope.
It doesn't count.
What about Ileana, whatever, the woman who was killed on the train? Did she talk about her at her concert?
It doesn't count. She's white.
Right.
No, double-edged sword. She was an immigrant from Ukraine that they love.
Yep.
But she was still white, though.
No. They only love them if they're in Ukraine and they're dying. If they're here and they're safe, that's not okay.
They're part of the problem because they're white.
They don't count as special anymore.
No, they're part of the problem.
I would say that one girl, though, she wasn't killed by an immigrant. That guy was.
I know he wasn't an immigrant, but he was still.
No. She was the immigrant.
They support.
But look at all of the H-1Bs driving the trucks. How many people have been killed by trucks making random U-turns on highways?
It doesn't happen either.
How many people have been? How many kids have had their? How many people have had their houses broken into?
No. I can break it. No. Wait. No. I can break it down to one simple thing, and it's the leftist argument almost on many things. Deport all illegals. You want to know why? Because if it saves one life.
Yeah.
How do the leftists say that? You aborting your child. That could have been the person to cure cancer. That one life that was killed to save the one life killed by an immigrant could have been the next president. Could have been the next, big doctor.
No, it wouldn't be a president. Wouldn't be president.
It was.
I get what you're saying, but I'm
the
going
American citizen killed by an illegal could have been president.
Oh yeah, if you do that, I was looking at it from the Ukrainian immigrant that had been killed, but you're right. If it was, I get you. If it was U.S. citizen,
I would.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I was I was applying what you were saying.
No, I totally understood why you thought that. That's why I said it.
Yeah, I see now my flaw in what I was saying.
Just thinking too fast, Darnell.
Like I said earlier, my brain goes too fast. Well, and look, so part of the reason is my ADHD. Second is I was advised a few minutes ago that Miss Quiggley needs help because the daughter that was up all night is up all night again tonight. She ingested a Coke, and she's 10 and doesn't drink Coke. She did it again. She did it again.
Human version of Zoomies.
She was at a friend's house, and they gave her a Coke, and she got home about an hour ago. And so she's like, "I need you to take her. I can't."
Guess you've got a day where you can't let her sleep at all. Force her to reset that sleep schedule.
Well, we did. We kept her up all day, and she was like zonking out, but still wanted to go to a friend's house. Goes to a friend's house, has a Coke, comes back, and she's like, yeah, it's another night of that.
Lovely.
So I'm trying to talk to y'all and speed this up and get to deal with her. My brain's not working properly. And
if at any time you need to dip, just
I do. I was supposed to go a few minutes ago, but I was like 1 minute, and so my brain's just not stopping. All right.
Okay, you didn't put it in the private chat. Okay, I thought you had because I did see notifications, and I'm very bad at checking the private chat.
I did put something
yes,
else.
you did get something else. Pretty cool.
Which is freaking crazy. But yeah. So yeah. Darnell Quiggley on Rumble. Go check the channel out. Check all the channels out.
Have a good night.
Right.
Good luck.
Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Central. Check it out. Bye, guys.
Take it easy. Okay. Let's get back to this. So yeah, we'll finish this up so we can get the video, get out of this.
Living in so much fear and searching for answers on what we all should do. When entire communities lose their sense of safety and belonging, it breaks something in all of us. I hope that you'll all stand with us tonight.
I'm done with her.
I'm sorry, real quick, because it's happening at exactly the same time. Is she talking about the tens of thousands, which now we're looking at well over 130,000 dead protesters in Iran? You know, where they really do have a Gestapo, where they shoot people in the streets, where they go into the hospitals and the clinics, and they find anyone with a wound that looks like it could have happened from a government weapon, most likely a gun, but sometimes they also have blades and such that you can see the type of blade was used. They then grab them from the emergency services and drag them out and shoot them. But don't worry. They're really careful with all the females, because if you're a female protester, they want to be sure they won't see you in heaven. So the only way to make sure that they go to hell is if you fucking rape them right before they die. So there have also been tens of thousands of assaults.
Well, don't be silly, Tiny. You can't criticize the brown communists.
Even when they kill their own people.
But they're brown communists. They're the good guys.
But again,
they're brown communists.
Right. But again, in the end, it really does. It's the whole point. This is my biggest issue. Well, one of my big issues when it comes to the leftists in this country is that they don't look outward, because to look outward to what is actually going on in these countries would short circuit their gentle constitutions. They can't actually face actual oppression, actual violence against women, against citizens that want to be free. So instead they look at our country and looking at simply following the law as some kind of oppression, some kind of a huge violation of civil rights and stuff. No, it's not. But again, I think I said this on another show that happened today, but I think the younger generation, the ones that are these activists that are going out there, have had too easy of lives. Yeah. I unfortunately think, and that they've lost any sense of reality, any kind of touch of reality. They want their lives to mean something, but there's just never been any hardship in their life. So as much as I'm not a fan of this, but it may be a means to an end, I don't like this, but we need to hit hard times, actual hard times, for a reset.
Well, no.
Now, am I talking about world war? Possibly. Am I talking about a huge financial crisis that puts us back to like depression? Maybe. We need something, unfortunately, to shock the system, to get this funk that they're in out of their systems, where they're actually paying attention to things that are actually important and not actually in reality.
But we tore down too many Chesterton's fences. There are a lot of things in society that kept people with perspective. You know, you got spanked as a child, not just as a punishment, not only to create fear, but because it meant being spanked is a real consequence that doesn't just go away. You know, I love women that were spanked as children, because now it's a fetish for them and they love to get spanked. Anyway, good to know.
I'm joking.
That are not.
But it's like, okay, so, you know, I was spanked as a child. Not don't worry. And so it's like, you know, when I was younger, I had some resentment for that, as a lot of children do. You know, it's completely normal for children to resent their parents. And then there comes a moment like, oh, you weren't spanked as a child, and I can tell. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for using corporal punishment, because this actually taught me real life consequences. I know what it's like to be
Shame worked.
Shame works great too.
It's the same thing with the generation of participation trophies, and it really kind of, where this really kind of started going off the rails, actually, unfortunately, is with Tiny and Mai's generation. And it started with everything is about what? The child's self-esteem.
Yeah. Actually, they did a really interesting study a decade or two ago. They checked self-esteem by demographics, by age, sex, ethnicity, all this shit. The people in the country with the lowest self-esteem were young Asian males. Most of them graduated high school. A lot of them graduated college, but young adult Asian males. The highest self-esteem, and we're talking seriously high levels of self-esteem under all of the characteristics of self-esteem, were young Hispanic males in jail.
Well, okay, there's a bit of an error issue with that, because the signs of self-esteem and narcissism are heavily correlated. So if someone's high in narcissism, they're going to pass for being high in self-esteem. That's going to cause some issues there, where it's could be more, certain demographics are a lot more prone to being narcissistic.
At the same time, worrying only about self-esteem, not about any other moral character aspects.
Narcissism looks like self-esteem. Narcissism looks like self-esteem when tested for.
Autism does?
No, narcissism.
Oh, narcissism. Okay, no. Sorry.
Very different thing.
Like, wait, he just changed it from narcissism to autism. I'm confused.
No, narcissism.
Wrong. Got it.
But no, I think there's one other thing that we need to run. Tiny and Emerald, how often did you guys do chores around the house when you were growing up?
Every day.
Every day.
were you made to wash the dishes or do stuff like that?
Wash the dishes, learned how to do laundry, mowed the lawn, washed cars.
I've washed cars. I had to get up at 6 a.m. every day to feed the cat, and if I didn't, his claws would make sure I did. I had to get the
vacuuming and dusting.
Yeah.
Most of the people I know never did chores. Have never cleaned up. Were never required to clean up by their parents.
I have 3 cousins that are siblings. They had chores that if they did, they got like little colored beads or whatever that went in a jar, and eventually those beads could be changed for money or for presents or for whatever. I was like, you actually get paid to do this shit? And they wouldn't do it. None of them would do it. And I asked my
not an obligation.
I was there for the summer. I asked my husband, can I have a jar? And any jobs they don't want to do, I'll take. I was washing dishes. I was walking dogs. I learned how to ride a drive mower when I was 12 because I fucking wanted that stupid gem thingy. And it was hilarious because, of course, they were like, so can you drive? I'm 12. I'm like, well, Dad lets me sit on his lap and steer the car, so sure, I can drive.
I think, I don't remember my exact age, but I might have been 8 or 9, and I'm sitting right behind a push mower at my grandparents' place. Mowing the lawn.
I did the exact same thing, but most people in my generation their parents did all of the work.
Sorry. What I was going to say was my cousins wouldn't do it. And so I took all their jobs, and I got all the things, and I turned it into money, and I was like, what is wrong with you guys? You get money.
Because they are not obligated.
No. All 3 of them have grown up to have shit lives. I mean, truly, truly, truly shit lives.
Because for them, work was a privilege, not an obligation.
Yeah.
If I didn't get my chores done, my phone was taken. If I didn't get my chores done, I could spend the rest of the night in my room. I could be spanked. I could be whatever. Punishments occur if you don't do your chores. If you have no chores, you don't learn that there are things you are responsible for doing.
It also goes down to the fact of in the case of some of the younger ones, they just automatically got an allowance, so they didn't have to do anything in exchange for that allowance. In my case, I got an allowance based on doing chores around the place. So it helped to learn financial responsibility and a work ethic. So for some parents of us older generation that are right now, chores were an automatic that you did not get paid for.
Yeah.
Some it was used as education from the aspect of finances.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately for me, chores were because my parents are terrible homekeepers. Like, my parents just can't keep a house clean, so it fell on us to do it. So it didn't get done very often, but it did get done.
Well, I mean, also it's like it was my family. We did not have a lot of money, and I mean, we shopped at thrift stores a lot when I was a kid and a teenager, and I mean, it was a little hard in sometimes because I was living in a very, very rich neighborhood and community. And as my mom made jokes, we were so poor, we had to live in Chapua because we lived with my grandmother. And like when my parents got separated, my grandma was like, I'm paying the highest taxes in the entire nation for schooling. And there's no one in this household going to school. Come home. So, I mean, but so also I had my grandmother who had her own level of strictness for learning to do chores and shit like that. And there were days I'd gone to school in a pair of jeans and had someone look at me and go, those are my old jeans. I can tell. Like, yeah, well, you spent $120 on them. I spent $7.
Who's winning life?
But I mean, I learned like the value of money in that. And like when I wanted something, my mom's attitude was, okay, you earn money from chores and you get money for like holidays and stuff. If you save it and there's something you really want, I'll pay for half. So it's like, I really want a new pair of shoes for school. Mom will pay half. Do I really need a new pair of shoes for school, or do I want to save that money for something else? Like, I learned that there were consequences to spending my money. It doesn't seem that complicated to me that chores and allowances that have strings attached. Like I don't get why that's complicated to anybody.
Well, because it's not taught. So, you know, if you're just given an allowance just because you were born, you know, just for being a child, you're taught, well, I'm now entitled to money without having to do work. You end up with things like the white women daycares. I'll use that term as the
my point is, I don't understand the parents. I don't understand the parents not doing this for their kids. Like, I don't understand why that's not obvious to the parents.
Otherwise would be rude. It would be rude and they won't like me. They won't be my friend.
Your kids aren't supposed to be your friends, but that is a big social issue right now that the kids, parents want their kids.
Your kids can be your friends when your kids are 20. Like, I'm friends with my parents.
Yeah.
Because I'm 23.
Yeah.
And I wasn't friends with them when I was 13.
No.
And that, again, this is just, it's the difference in the generations, and we can kind of see that where it's actually feeding into how the younger generation is behaving right now. I
wonder if we got rid of home ec. Like our parents barely had home ec, so they weren't taught how to raise their kids. Is like, where did the teaching of self-sufficiency disappear?
Boomers got rid of it because it was rude.
You want to know what, that's a cope. I'm really getting tired of everyone just blaming the boomers. In this case, it's not necessarily the boomers, it's the Department of Education and teaching to test and only focusing on that. Then it was the communists take over the education system that is now indoctrinating and creating little terrorist protesters that are activists. That's what kind of occurred in the past, because I still, in my generation, which would have been the boomers in control, we still had home ec, we still had cooking class, we still had those type of classes, even up to my senior year.
Yeah, see, my cousin, who's 6 years older than me, like her class, they still had home ec, and it was funny. You could take home ec or you could take hunting in Maryland.
Both are very good classes.
Absolutely.
Man, hold on, I was in high school in Maryland. I didn't get either of those.
Like that in my high school. Like we had you could learn how to become a photographer. You could learn how to become a legitimate journalist. Like our high school newspaper was like awarded all over the fucking world for shit. But you could not. There was nothing to teach you how to deal with your plumbing or your electricity or cook or take care of your none
shop
of that.
Class.
Yeah,
shop class. Bringing shop classes
for us.
Yeah, shop class. We had like a technologies course that you could take freshman year or sophomore year. And it literally, you did little units. You started off in the unit that's talking about robotics. The next one was about like video editing. The next one was about, and it was different pods that you did a section for a couple weeks, did it, learned it, interfaced with it. And it was just all these different things of fields that you could actually go and become and do work for. So it was done early in, so that, right.
Ones you want.
And so you could start experience those and then tailor a little bit more of your class load and stuff and move you in that direction if that's the field you want to go to. And that included ironwork, metalwork. It included plumbing, those little things like that. The history, learning like the history, doing the hands-on with it, learning the history of it, basic, being able to do those basic things with those skills in there. I mean, that I took that, I quite enjoyed that class, getting to try the different fields. And I personally I kick myself a little bit because I did not take shop class in high school. I wish I had. Yeah. It would have been very beneficial. However, luckily I'm a kind of a jack of trades of a lot of stuff that I am very good with my hands and being able to do all of these different things. Even if I've not done it before, I'm lucky enough to have a mind that I can see someone do it and I can recreate exactly what they did. And I'm very visual in that way. You give me a book with instructions on how to do it, I'm going to fail.
And what's really funny though, if you look, I mean, it's like when I was in school, the only time you got to do shop is if you went to a technical school. And like of all the places I've lived, only Massachusetts had technical schools. So you could go to a few tech schools in Mass and that you could get it done. And when I was in Maryland, the only thing I had that was even remotely helpful was a home finance. And that was only slightly helpful. But the really funny thing is, if you look at like a lot of the hobbies of Gen Z men, it's a lot of the video games they're playing. They're chore games. They're games that teach you to have these kind of the ability to know how to, like, I'm responsible for doing this thing by this time so I can progress in the game. It's looped back to self-determined responsibility development.
Do you think, and this is to both of you, do you think because of our society moving to more and more because of technology is a big driving factor of it, the instant gratification is causing a lot of these problems because you no longer have to work hard to accomplish or get something. You can just get it now real fast. So there's no having to save up for things because hell, you can just put it on credit, deal with it later. And then on top of that, not being educated at all in how economics actually work because they don't teach that in schools anymore.
Well,
then
yeah,
you
have
Klarna. Right. I know. I've watched plenty of financial audit to know that Caleb loves Klarna.
What's Klarna?
It's a pay in 4.
Oh.
It's a pay in 4 with like 30% interest.
Yeah.
That's the thing that pisses me off. When I was a kid, at least in New York State, usury was it was a legal definition. Usury was 25% or more. That's how you knew if someone was a fucking bookmaker or not. Like if you went, how did you know if you went to the loan shark? The loan shark charged you more than 25%. After everything went to shit in the crash in 08 and everything with 09, suddenly the credit card companies can offer you 32, 34 fucking percent interest. How the hell was that fixing the banking problems?
You want to know what's worse? You can Klarna your fast food dinner for this evening if you want to.
Oh no, what's worse is you can Klarna your rent.
What?
You can pay
essentially you can Klarna anything.
And it doesn't actually get reported to your credit either. So if you do really well paying it off, it doesn't get reported to your credit. It doesn't get reported to your credit until it goes in collections.
Yeah, talk about abuse. It's abuse of the system and abuse. It literally is a company abusing and taking advantage of people that do not know finance, do not know the economics, and don't have any restraint.
And I'm sorry if they don't report to the credit union about stuff. That means that they're not considered credit cards, which means that they're not. Like, there's no barriers, there's no guardrails at all.
Yep, nope. There are quite literally almost no guardrails for this. But in the same vein as the lack of, with nobody being able to delay gratification, have you guys heard about the low stimuli trend that's been going on recently?
No.
Minimum, kind of going into the, oh geez, before I answer that, I'm pretty sure your local prostitute's not going to accept Klarna.
Well, to be fair, you can Klarna through PayPal.
I was going to say, can you Klarna through
never mind. I
was going to say, can you Klarna through Cash App? Because
never mind. Okay, apparently you can. What were you saying before that?
The low stimuli trend is this new thing that's popping up. So
essentially,
kids.
is it essentially limiting? It's the same with the liberal women getting rid of all color in their life and just using grays.
No, it's not that. No, what they're doing is it's these families. They're getting basically what I have behind me. They're getting CRTs and they're getting the Disney tapes.
No.
They're getting Little Bear. They're getting all of these old shows.
So keep them off streaming, keep them off online stuff.
Yes.
Okay, now I get what you mean by low stimuli. So essentially it's removing screen time, it's getting them off being online. We're already seeing that with Gen Alpha. A lot more are getting off of social media, getting off of being the internet and actually going out and doing stuff. A lot more of the younger generation picking up hobbies that actually get them either out of the house or more physical based, let's say like knitting, woodworking, people going back out camping, the younger generation wanting to go out and camp, hiking, a lot more things like that. And yes, I can see that any parent that is going to do that to their kids, I think is great.
And like a common rule I've heard with low stimuli parenting is you're not allowed to skip the ads. So when you're playing the DVD and the trailers at the beginning, if you're watching on a streaming service, you can't skip the ads. You got to sit through them. If you're watching YouTube, you got to sit through the ads. You can't skip them. Not allowed.
There's a channel.
Just at least a little bit of patience of interesting.
Yeah, that's the well, attention span too. It helps the attention span. It helps with learning how to delay gratification. So these are all benefits, all things that are good. There's a channel that I've been watching. It's a technology channel, and she showed how to actually make TV for your own home using, if you have your own home server that has videos and stuff like that, you can set up your own channels. Set it up, taking your own library and putting it in there as a schedule that'll just sit there and just keep playing the shows. You can't skip, you can't fast forward, and you can even throw in, if you want, your own breaks in there for like ads, and you can find like download old like classic ads or something like that to throw in between. But it's just like
old ads were they increased or they encouraged imagination, and they actually made your brain think at least a little bit.
Right. And then you can do that and set that up. And so you don't use streaming services or anything like that. You uses your own database of movies that you rip from your DVDs and all that stuff. Put it on a set schedule. You can flip between the channels like you would do like old TV, but you can't skip forward to the next episode. You can't fast forward. Yep. You can't pause it. It brings back that feeling of actually watching TV, and you're not in control of it. You are at the mercy of, if you're going to watch it, you need to watch it now.
Yeah, another trend I see is with a lot of them being with CRTs and whatnot, you can only watch either what DVD or what VHS I currently have. The kids only allowed to watch that, and which means especially for VHS, if they're watching all the stuff. All TV shows are morality tales.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cartoons used to end with PSAs. And now knowing is half the battle. Or the end of every He-Man and She-Ra episode. Today's episode, we learned that sometimes people can get their feelings hurt, and you need to be understanding that they might feel differently than you. Or whatever.
What, Iron? I don't get
Iron's
that.
Getting excited in the chat, apparently.
Buses we miss.
I did I miss something? Anyway, so yeah, it's amazing that, we're through software being able to just download that, quite literally program your own channels, and you can even set it up with keywords for certain actors or certain genres. And it'll sit there and play different movies. So you can have it go and stuff just like it, and set up like your own USA network. And if you have a few old USA TV shows, old TV shows of USA, you can then put them in on your own from your own database and sit there and have your own USA network watching Burn Notice, watching those cool. And that stuff. Or if you, in the case of us being Star Trek fans, you could set it up, play 2 Next Generation, then play 2 Deep Space Nine, then play Voyager, and then stuff, and it'll just sit there, and then it'll just keep going through and playing them, and you don't know, it'll sit there. You can have it randomly shuffle the episodes, or you can have them and just keep playing the season in order.
Wow. Okay, cool.
The worst part is that we have to do this on our own. This is what the people want. The people desire linear TV. The people desire for channels to exist that are just playing things where you have to choose between the channels, not between the on-demand. People want the ability to put something on.
Or not YouTube. It's not actually YouTube. It's my Fire TV.
Oh yeah,
like, the stupid little button accidentally, it takes me to channels, and it's like charmed, and it's charmed forever and ever and ever, or it's Xena, or it's
yes. Roku has their own Roku network that has that. Pluto TV is that way, that it just has stations playing old which Pluto's actually owned by Paramount, so they play their stuff. So they're playing the original series, Next Generation, just on a channel, and they have different channels. You have some that are just classic old TV shows like the Andy Griffith Show. I mean, and it's different stations.
Westerns.
Or all Western channel, and so it plays different Westerns. And so you have many, and there are streaming services like that. You can't pause it. You can't jump around. They do have on-demand feature, but they do have where you can just watch like regular TV, and they do have ads. It isn't right. It's got ads, and so it feels.
I accidentally hit the stupid button all the time, and I finally like hit it once, and it was like, fine, what is this thing? And it was like, oh shit, I can watch old Xena. And at the same time, I can watch The Pretender, and I can watch Burn Notice, and I can like it was really cool in a way.
And there are those that are out there that are doing it. Like I said, Pluto is one of those. It's completely free, and it's all channel based. They do have some on demand stuff, but it's free, and
so
you just flip through.
Amazon's version of that because it's a Fire TV. Like it doesn't have Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Disney, but this stupid thing just says TV, but it doesn't tell me who it's by or what it's from.
No, okay, so that's the other thing too, and I've noticed that on mine, which is a Roku TV. If I just go to on the air, it will, and because I'm not connected to cable, I use my antenna. It scanned it. I have my local channels, but then if you keep going further in, it has the Roku channels, which are just like cable. That's free, and it's different TV shows that are constantly playing with ads and everything else. That's additional channels that you just get because of the TV that you're on. Roku has their own.
TV does the exact same thing.
Yeah, each of them, all of these TV makers have, depending on who that, because Roku is on different companies and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily the who makes the TV; it's who's operating system is on it, controls that, because and so you have those that adds more channels with old content, with commercials. It's free, and it's almost like it's free cable. It's additional TV shows past your antenna.
Well, I don't think we have an antenna. That's why I was so confused when I first found it.
I know.
Yep. Those that don't even have an antenna. Those don't even have an antenna. You just plug it in. If it's a smart TV, if you go to TV, you'll have all of those additional channels that play old Xena and Hercules and have commercials, just like if you went to like TBS or USA.
Yep. And I could be mistaken, but from what I understand from the Samsung TV that we have, it looks like it draws from the streaming services you're paying for.
Some of them can.
Okay.
Not in the case of like the Roku,
Disney Plus.
I don't know. I do know that some of the Roku pulls from Pluto.
Okay, interesting.
And something I've been doing recently that's kind of in that vein is like I've hooked up the PS4 that my sister's boyfriend gave me. And so I just have it always playing Spotify in the background, just lightly. And that's been excellent. Great way to just like have background noise. So I don't do something more substantial on all the time.
I reset up my turntable and my bookshelf speakers that I can take and put my phone, because it has the near connection.
Mm-hmm.
I can put it on top of the speaker, and I can play my home library of music on shuffle and stuff like that through bookshelf speakers, and I don't have anything else on. So it's again getting back to less screen time, more just if I'm just sitting there relaxing, to just have music coming out of bookshelf speakers.
It's just so much better than having to listen to it through your phone. You know, because like I sleep with music. I've always slept with music on. And so I can either sleep with music coming from my phone, so that means my phone's going to be right next to me so I can hear the music without it being too loud, or I can just have it on the TV. And the screen's on because I forgot to do it, but I can just... Screen's black now. It's on dark mode, so I can't see. It's not going to keep me up because there's almost no light coming from it.
Well, on that note, this has been a very talkative, and I'm glad because, again, this was a free-for-all, and we did really well in the sense that without a plan or really kind of a roadmap, hey, you want to know what? Pretty good. we're going to go around the horn, tell everyone where they can find you next, and we'll start with Arza. Arza, where can people find you next?
You know, that's a wonderful question. Can people just start telling me what to do? Like, I need to start making videos again. I've had a few ideas, and it's like, by the time I'm ready to do it, it's like, too much time has passed. But I've been approved for 4 remote days in the week, and for one day I'm not remote. I only have to be in the office for like an hour. And so that means I'm going to have a lot more time to actually just like start working on videos. So if there's anything anybody wants me to do, just let me know. And so I can have something to do. That'd be great. Picking's hard. So that's where you'll find me, is when I decide to do something.
All right. Tiny, where can people find you next?
Well, you can find me tomorrow on Vagabond's channel for I Swear It's Not Hentai.
That sounds oddly coded as hentai. Anyway.
I may also be able to find a way to get into Sergeant Jarentina's 6,000 viewer big party tomorrow at the same time, so I'm trying to make that work. But if you're not interested in non-hentai, you should probably check out his stream. After that, I will be back here on the Rumble side for Nerds Covering the News on Tuesday. And I will be on Common Nerds Rumble on Thursday watching episodes of Firefly with him and Sunker Maiden. We've been doing that for a couple weeks, and I keep forgetting to mention it because I don't think about it as streaming. I think it's just getting to watch Firefly. And then I will be back here again for insert title here on Saturday. And next Sunday, I think we are having Dungeons and Dragons on Full Metal Nate's channel. Curse of Strahd, Season 3. Come have fun with us. We interact with our chat a lot and like to have a lot of fun. Other than that, follow me on X. I normally post where I'm going to be.
All right. Well, I am the host of Insert Title here, Drunken Emerald Arrow, coming up on Tuesday, as stated by Tiny. Nerds Covering the News at 6 p.m. PST. Then on Thursday at 6 p.m. PST is all the good titles we're taking. That's where I review, react to a video or two of something I ran across during the week that I kind of want to react to or talk about or kind of discuss. And then back here Saturday at 7 p.m. PST for the next episode of Insert Title here. All the links are in the description for my co-hosts and panelists, so go and check them out. See what they're up to, see where they're going to be next. Other than that, everyone, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and or follow button, depending on the platform you are watching from. And we will see you all next time. Have a great rest of the weekend. Stay safe, and we will see you next time. Take it easy.
Bye.